Success is never accidental. Jack Dorsey. My friends, each and every day your success is going to be predicated by your commitment to the 10 to 15 minutes to learn the nuances of the market, to do your practice trades, then move into your fractional trading. Do you not know what that is? I'm going to post at the end of today's video what fractional trading is. Small dollar amount to learn how to put in stops if you wish to use those, how to put in good till canceled sell orders, which you always do, how to enter a trade, exit a trade, all those things that are important. Making the decisions to enter trades and to exit. You learn all of that by doing. And again, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, that's all we ask. Let's jump into these charts and see where we are. Now, as we look at stocks, they are mixed. Bonds and gold down, Bitcoin up. And Bitcoin's interesting. We'll get to that in just 1 minute. Let's look first at the S&P. We see that we start the week off with a break in not much of a trend, but in the trend. We've started down 0.16%. You can see where things really hammered down strong on Friday and then continued again, some indecision in the morning and then down a little bit in the afternoon. That's almost flat, but again, it's a change from what we saw before. The high during the week of beginning the 6th of July was 555.42, 555.58 last week, so just a little bit up, but also some down movement there. You can see on the candle itself, a little wick on the bottom. And this week starting off with pretty much a doji. So again, lots of indecision. As we look at the half-day chart, you can see that the volume was okay in the morning and afternoon. Look at the volume here on the 2-day that's leading the way to the breaking and the down move. You know, that's consequential. When we look back at the 2-day, if you look back in the recent past, you know, you don't see that big a candle on the 2-day that's not followed by some more, at least 2 more. So pay attention to that as this week progresses. What do you see going on with the NASDAQ? Well, you see it up just a little bit. Hard to see here. You saw it was up in the morning and then down some in the afternoon, but overall for the day up 0.10%. So 0.1%, almost flat again. But again, continues down. We're not near the low of last week yet, but we do have a candle red going in the down direction, reflecting the 3 days, 4 days, of down moves? So 3 days, I guess, there. So again, as we look at it, well, you can see we've got actually 6 days when you count these 2 dojis on the 2-day chart. So again, well below the weekly trend line on the 2-day and the half-day. And of course, the weekly itself, too, as things have just continued to move down and weaken in stocks overall. Now, 20-year U.S. government bonds continuing to move in the right direction, down 0.75% for the day. We had a bump up on Friday, but that has died, reverting to the mean. All things being equal, the market tends to move in the direction of what? The largest chart, the biggest move. And it is, of course, down moves going into the 3rd week. So if you're short on bonds, you're in the right direction. TBF is your inverse fund. If you haven't been practice trading those but are interested in learning to make money when markets crash, you might want to practice that some. Now, what do we see going on with gold? It's pulling back 0.22%. And again, what's gold doing? For the last many weeks, going into the 5th week now, it's been hanging out at what we have been using as a potential floor, a support level. That goes all the way back to the week beginning October the 22nd, 2025. And that's where gold may be making its stand, maybe that low and not lower. And when gold takes off and starts to move up and breaks through and starts giving us the kind of things we need to see with green up candles and volume, we'll be jumping in and riding that pony, or it's going to crash through and head on down. So we'll wait, watch, and see. And lastly, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. Now, friends, when you look at this weekly chart, it's hard to tell because the candles have been so small. But let me blow this one up for you. Look at it. Look at it. We're going into our third week of moving up. The high back on the week beginning the 6th of July was 1830. Last week, 1853. This week, 1859 on just day one. Now, these aren't huge amounts of movement, but it looks like Bitcoin found a bottom somewhere around in here and is trying to push off of it. Will it continue to gain steam? Well, you can see we've not had a lot of volume on the weekly, but it is trying to chug along, and we will keep our eye on things. It's up 1.60% for the day. Don't ever write Bitcoin off until it's finally gone. I'm not long-term positive on Bitcoin. I think there's so much hype there, and it doesn't make sense to me. And if I can't figure it out and it doesn't make sense, I am not apt to jump into it whole hog. Will I make money off of it when I can read the chart? Absolutely. But again, you can make money on Bitcoin. I encourage you to practice trade, prove it to yourself. But I particularly like Bitcoin when it's going down, which it's been doing a lot of lately. And the BITI, the Bitcoin Inverse Fund, has been doing me quite well, has done me quite well in the past. So we'll keep an eye on it. Want you to practice trade it if you're interested in it. And again, why do I do HODL instead of Bitcoin itself at one of the exchanges? Because this is run and managed by the Stock Exchange, the Securities Exchange Commission. And of course, it's traded. It's managed by professionals at Van Eck, not the clowns that you saw running, Sam Bankman-Fried and Company, FX, whatever that was. None of that craziness. These are real companies. This is Wall Street. This is United States stock market. This is a real ETF managed by professionals. It's not just going to disappear. Typically, I've not seen that happen in all my time trading, where something just crumbles and all the investors are screwed. That would have to be some real systemic breakdown, which Wall Street is not going to let happen unless there's a nuclear exchange and things go really, really bad. You'll be worrying about food rather than HODL. You'll be worried about zombies and your house on fire other than this. So that is where we are, my friends. Thank you so much for being with us. Always love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Check out that training we have on inverse funds if you've not taken it before. It'll be on the screen, and it's at the end of today's video. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.